What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
So we know by now, unless you've been living under a rock, the WNBA All-Star roster has been announced, the team that will take the court against Team USA. And just from my live streams and looking at the comments, it definitely feels like a lot of people want to see Team USA go down in this matchup because of certain snubs off of this roster, mainly being Caitlin Clark. I understand, and I've been through this. We've dove in depth about it, so I'm not going to go too far deep into the numbers and all that stuff. But we know Caitlin Clark statistically is having a better season than Diana Taurasi. On top of that, just at this point in time in their respective careers, Caitlin Clark is the better player. When you couple that with just the following, the fact that it was laid out for USA basketball to the path, y'all, for her to be a potential global superstar, they dropped the ball. They absolutely dropped the ball in this one. But that's neither here nor there. Now, Caitlin has a chance to get some revenge along with Angel Reese, another player that people felt like should absolutely be on this roster. Reese is leading the league in rebounds and averaging a double-double as a rookie. Caitlin is leading all rookies. She's second in assists, and she's second on the team for the Fever in scoring. Both of them having sensational rookie years. They have received a lot of votes, we know, for the All-Star team and made the team, man. Both were very emotional. Reese more so very emotional. Clark definitely was grateful for the opportunity as well. But now they get a chance to compete against that Olympic squad that they were left off of. And is this a chance for them to get some revenge? Y'all remember what Caitlin and Coach Saad said after she was cut from the Olympic roster?
I think I'm excited for the girls that are on the team. I know it's the most competitive team in the world, and I know it could have gone either way of me being on the team, me not being on the team. So, I'm excited for them. I'm going to be rooting them on to win gold. I was a kid that grew up watching the Olympics, so it'll be fun to watch them.
What was your level of disappointment not hearing your name on the roster?
Honestly, no disappointment. I think it just gives you something to work for. That's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years comes back around, I can be there.
Yeah, a little disappointed, of course. She's my player. That's the hardest team in the world to make, right? That is a tough team. She's young. She's going to have so many opportunities in the future.
How did you coach her up through that, or did you talk to her at all through that to make it more of a motivating factor than anything?
Yeah, we talked actually on the bus. She got the call on the bus, and she texted me to let me know. And, I just tried to keep her spirits. The thing she said was, "Hey, Coach, they woke a monster," which I thought was awesome.
Is there any silver lining? And she'll get a little bit of rest. She'll be able to work on some things in that 3-week break.
Yeah, I think that is the silver lining. She is going to get some rest.
Now, I'm here to tell y'all, and I don't have to be the one to tell y'all, because if you know, you know. The Olympic team is absolutely stacked. Let's look at these roster comparisons. So, the rest of the WNBA All-Stars, and there were a few names I was wanting to see on here that did make it. Dearica Hamby, DeWanna Bonner being two of them. So, man, congratulations to them. But, of course, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell. There were 3 Fever players on this list. Alicia Gray, Brianna Jones, Jonquel Jones, who's been incredible this year, Kayla McBride, one of the best shooters in the entire league. They've got Enrique on there. They've got Aguamake on there. And Angel Reese rounding out the group. On the other side, you've got Nafisa Collier, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Sabrina Ionescu, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Stewie, Taurasi, A.T., Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, rounding out that group. A whole lot of aces on that other side, man. I'm telling y'all, the Fever and the Aces are really like replicas, man. The Fever are following that blueprint, I'm telling y'all. But looking at it side by side, man, trying to predict a little bit of the WNBA All-Star starters, I think you go Caitlin at the 1, Enrique at the 2, DeWanna Bonner at the 3, And then in the front court, man, I'm going Nika and I'm going Dearica Hamby. Got to. But you need that size, though. So Angel Reese and Aaliyah Boston are definitely going to be honestly, yeah, that's what I'm going with. But, I mean, for Caitlin's sake, you need Aaliyah Boston to definitely get a whole lot of minutes in there for that 1-2 punch. You definitely going to need the size, the physicality from Angel Reese. But I like the matchup. I imagine, like, just looking at it, they'll have Chelsea Gray starting at the 1 probably. With maybe potential. She's getting back to her normal workload. But you will see Chelsea Gray guard Caitlin. You'll see Jewel Lloyd take a shot, Sabrina take a shot, Kelsey probably get some minutes on her. We saw Jackie Young and Kelsey guard her recently in the game against the Aces. So I do think this is a chance, though. I think Caitlin's going to come out here with a chip on her shoulder. I think her and Angel Reese. Angel Reese, you're definitely going to need her rebounding against that front line because, oh my goodness, AT, Asia, Nafisa Collier, like that Stewie, Brittany Griner, that's a whole lot of size to deal with. You're definitely going to need Angel and Aaliyah Boston to step up and play ball. And you're going to need that chemistry with Kelsey Mitchell coming off the bench, providing instant offense, where I think that's better suited for her. But I do think Caitlin comes out with a chip on her shoulder with something to prove in this game. This is big for her. This is a dream that she still has, wanting to play for Team USA, as well as Angel Reese. Some people felt like both the rookies should be included on this roster. This is a chance for them to really show out and prove that, hey, we should have been on that roster and we're going to be the face next time this thing comes around in 4 years. I like the matchups, but I ain't going to lie. I'm taking Team USA in this matchup. Oh, my goodness. They're too loaded. Now, I ain't going to lie. I know a lot of people want to see them lose. And I mean, there is absolutely, positively enough talent on that WNBA All-Star roster. Now, they haven't won since 2021, though. Team USA, I mean, I just like the cohesiveness. I like the scoring threats, the guard play, the backcourt depth. Like, this team was very well constructed. And then on the other side, you got a bunch of really great players that are going to come together, man. I know a lot of these players as well are looking forward to that Olympic break. And I think in my last video, I mentioned how beneficial that will be for Caitlin and the Indiana Fever just to get that practice time. But I'm impressed. 3 players named WNBA All-Stars from the Fever, man. And on the other side, 3 Olympians from the Aces. I think these teams, you know what I'm saying, the Fever are definitely following the blueprint for the Aces. But yeah, I'm expecting a big game out of Caitlin. I really am. I'm expecting a huge game out of her on the big stage. Angel Reese isn't ducking any smoke. Tenacious, just competitor. She is not going to let her team lose if she can have anything to do with it. So love that energy that they're bringing. Arike, I don't know if she's playing for the Nigerian team. A lot of people felt like she got snubbed, but you know she is a walking bucket. Even though the Dallas Wings are down bad this year, I'm loving DeWanna Bonner on this roster. One of the best scorers in the league. Versatile. This team has size. They have speed. They have guard play. They have shooting. They have an inside presence as well. Dearica Hamby, arguably the most improved player in the entire league this year. She's going to the Olympics replacing her teammate Cameron Brink and on the 3v3 national team. So I'm loving both of these rosters. I really am. I think Agwamake is one of the top 5 best players in the entire league, just on both ends of the floor. Elite defender, elite offensive player. She's been a serious weapon going up against one of her teammates in Jewel Lloyd. So it'll be interesting to see. We got some idols turn rivals. They're not really idols, but you know, friends turn enemies, however you want to say it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, and we'll continue to have more coverage on this matchup, more in-depth breakdowns, and just looking at as closer to the game what these starting lineups, what these rotations could look like. But I'm excited to see it, man. It's the first time that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark will be teammates. That is going to be something. And I think Reese is the perfect big because Caitlin likes to really push it down court and get rid of that and those outlet passes, quarterback it out there. Reese is ready to catch, finish, great body control, great hands. Will this moment unite these two fan bases? We going live later. We got to talk a little bit more about that. But y'all holler at your boy. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments about this whole situation. I'm definitely expecting a very fast-paced, high-scoring game, but I hope there is some defense being played. I hope it's not that all-star defense that we've grown accustomed to seeing, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Holler at your boy. That's a wrap for us. Until next time, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. This is the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast, and we out.